Hi, I'm Michael from VentraIP, and today I want to go through a new product that we have, which is called VIP Sites. What VIP Sites is a site builder where you can build a very simple, or actually, a very great looking website with no coding experience whatsoever. It can be done. Saying simple can be done within around about 5 minutes. Or, if you want a little bit more of a comprehensive website, this can be done within 15, 20 minutes, and you can be completely online in a very short amount of time and have no background in building websites in any which way whatsoever. To give you an example, here's a website that has been built with our builder, and it just goes through different sort of sections and features that you can have within your website, a contact page and stuff like that. And this can just all be built through our builder that's located within VIP Control. So look, coming into VIP Control, you can actually start building this this program just through the manage domain sections. It comes with any domain name that you have with VentraIP, and what happens is if you go into the domain name section and manage on a domain name, down the bottom you can come in and actually go and actually claim your free VIP sites section right here. So clicking on this sort of link, what this will do is this will go and then start the whole process for you. So what I'm going to do here today is I'm going to go through this beginner process, give you sort of a step-by-step instructions of what it can do, and you can see how easy it is to create a great looking website, in less than half an hour. So the first part that we do come into is it comes in and it asks you for a website name. Now this could be a business name or a hobby or any real sort of website that you're sort of looking for or looking to build. So just for today's purposes, I'm going to invent a daycare center. And we're going to build a daycare center just so you can sort of see it in action and see what you can actually do. So the website that the company we're going to invent is going to be called Tiny Treasures Daycare. There we go. And if you have a logo, you can upload it. If you don't have a logo, that's completely fine. You can skip that part anyway. I do have one here, which I have prepared earlier. So there's the logo of this daycare center. Once you've done that, you can choose a category of what this website is. So there's some pre-built ones there. So it could be gardening, cafe, web development, a trade. You can select any one of these that you so wish or has to do with your website. If you don't want any of those, you can just type in your own one. So I'm going to type in my own daycare, and I might just add preschool as well. So I've added those in there. All right. So the first step's all done, and we've just got the basic information of the actual website. Moving on, we then go and see if there's any sort of contact details. Now, these are completely optional. You don't have to have any contact details on there. You can just go continue if you don't wish to add anything. For a daycare, we probably want to have an email address in there. So I might just go info@ttdaycare. This is not a real domain name or email, but that's fine for the purposes of this. If you want a contact number, you can have it. I'm just going to leave that. And an address. So with the address, you can have this physical address of where your business is. If you don't want to have a physical address, like you have an area, like we can just type in Melbourne. Oh, sorry. Click in there, Melbourne, Victoria. And as you can see, it will actually do the whole sort of area there rather than an actual physical location. So we can leave it at that if we so wish. Operation hours, once again, if you want to put them in there for this company, we will. So we're just going to go Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. All right, so there's the operation hours. If you have an ABN or ACN, you can select select that and put that in there, but we're not going to put that in there for this one. So that's all done. Now we get into the sort of how the website is going to look. So there are some preset colors that you can go through and actually change. So for this one, I think a daycare probably looks good with a softer sort of look. So I might go with the green kind of aqua color. I think that will look good with my website here. And then we can go with what font we want. So there's a whole lot of different fonts that you can choose. Some that are more cursive, some that are more, rigid. I might go with Poppins for this one. I reckon that will look pretty good. And that's for your main font. And what we want to do is you have a secondary font. I'm just going to choose the same one just so it looks consistent on the website, although you can just sort of mix and match. Don't worry about any of these selections. Nothing is actually locked in forever. If you do choose something and you see that you don't like it, it's really easy to go back and change it later. So if you're at any point, if you're going, I've selected something, I don't really like it, don't worry about it. You're not locked in. It's easy for you to go and change anything that we're doing here. So once we've actually selected our font and everything like that, we actually have templates already pre-built. Now, it's completely up to you if you want to use these templates. It doesn't matter if you do or don't. But some of the templates have sort of the more areas of the website that you may or may not want. For example, if you're a photographer, obviously you're going to want a gallery. So if we click on the photography section, we can see that it's selected the colors that I've pre-selected already. And you can sort of see that they have the services that they provide, like weddings, videography, family photos, but it also has, a gallery there. So you can sort of go through some of the work. If you're working in hospitality, gallery is not anywhere near as important. So as you can see here with this one, it's just a little bit of information about the actual, the cafe, the menu, a drinks menu, and a contact us page. It's a little bit more sort of basic, but you can just sort of choose whichever one you want. As you can see, it's gone with the colors that I've chosen, not with the colors that are on the actual template. But once again, once you do build it, if you don't like the color, you can just easily mix and match and change any of the colors and see it live, what it looks like with the color change. So we can do that at a later stage. So for this purpose, I'm going to go and just do a custom one just so you can sort of see the sections that you can add and what each of those sections can do. So we're going to go for a custom one, which is going to give you a blank sort of look. And we're just going to go from there. So we're just going to confirm that. And we then come to a part where we can select what do we want on this actual site. Do we want, we can have an About Us page, a hero banner. Hero banner is like, something where it's very prominent within the actual, the website, and there can be, saying to call someone to do something as well, which is also in a call to action, which we'll get to in a second. A services list. The services list can be like services that you provide, or maybe you could even be products that you have and you want to sell. If you're like a sporting club, the services list could be anywhere from like the different age groups that you have that can actually participate in your sporting club. So it can be really anything there. A gallery or any projects that you have, you can put that in there. A biography, which is self-explanatory. The call to action is a section where you're actually calling someone on who's looking at your website to actually go through and do something. So you can incorporate it to go to another part of the form, or even an external website, or get them to contact you, or different things. A team section where you can show your team members, testimonials, some frequently asked questions, a contact us page, and you can actually pull in Instagram feeds as well. So you can actually get it, if you post something to your Instagram, it will also show up on this site as well. So what we're going to do is for a daycare site, we only want a few things. We want a little bit about us. So I'm going to pull that in there. I'll put a hero banner in as well to put up at the very top to make it look like inviting. A services list, I'm going to do that, and I'll show you how it's not going to be a service that we provide, but it's going to be a bit of take on that. So we'll go through that in a minute. So I'll put a gallery in there, so pictures of the daycare, and I don't really need the call to action or the biography or the team, but I will do a contact us just so people can contact the daycare if they want to. And yeah, that's all ready to go. So once you've selected the sections that you want in your website, you can then go and continue. If you do actually need to add a new one in or remove one at a later stage, it's not an issue at all. It can be easily done. So don't feel like you have to get this right from the get-go. So moving on, what we can then do is we can actually customize the main part of the website. So this is the, how your menus are going to look and everything like that. So now at the moment, as you can see at the top, we don't have a menu on the top right-hand corner, but what we do have is we can actually start displaying menus. So you can see that we've ticked all those, and then we've got the list of different sections that we just recently added. Now we can chop and change and do different things here. So right now, the hero banner, I don't want someone to be able to link to that from the top. So I'm just going to get rid of that altogether, and then that gets removed. The about us, I'm going to leave that there. Services list, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that to rooms, because the services list in this website is going to be rooms, and I can update that. And as you can see at the top, it has changed the link at the top from services list to rooms. Gallery and projects, I'm just going to change it to be gallery. It's not going to really be a project at all. And contact us, I might just change it to contact. I think that will look good. That's a nice sort of clean look at the very top, and of the different sections that we have in our website. The customer engagement button, we can actually do something here. So we can actually go and roll now. And, or, maybe inquire now, different things that you can do. It doesn't really matter. And you can actually send it to an external URL, so somewhere else or another site that you have. Alternatively, you can actually just redirect it to something on your website. So what we can do is we can just do it to the Contact Us page. All right, and then that gives us sort of a little bit of a call to action to go straight to that if you want to do that. I might not have it on this site, but there is an option that you have it on there. If you so want to, I'll take it off. And then you can then add any sort of social media links like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that sort of stuff. So that will come and show up underneath the bottom and also at the top. So you get a choice of just the top, just the bottom, or both. You can just choose where you want. I want to go there. For a daycare center, we don't have any social media links, so we're just going to leave that. So we're going to finish this section, and as you can see, we've got all the menu options at the top, and now we're going to go into each individual section. So coming into each individual section, it does help you if before you get started, you have some sort of copy. What copy is just like things that are going to be written on your website. Now, I'll show you, for example, here, right here, at the moment it says, welcome to our website. I'm going to just put it as our company name. There we go. So now it says Tiny Treasures Daycare. Underneath here, you can add a little blurb about the company or something that you want to say or anything like that. If you're not sure what you want to write, but you want to write something there, you can just say blah, blah, or to be entered. And you can sort of see that, it shows up there. I have prepared, as for the purposes of this video, some text beforehand just to make things a little bit quicker and faster. And you can put that that in there, and it's nice and easy. And as you can see, it just adds to the website. But if you do have copy and also images before you going through this process, it'll make it a bit faster, but it's not going to stop you from going through the actual process. So you can always come back and add and change everything like that. So we have this here, and look, there's another engagement button here that you can do, which you can say inquire now or enroll now, and then you can get it to go to the contact us. I don't mind it there, so I'll leave that one there, and I think that will look really good. I think it is missing a little bit, so what I might do is I might see if I put a photo in behind it. Now, you can add your own photos, but we also have some stock photos that you can search to get the kind of look that you want. So once you come in here, you can start searching for things. So I might look for daycare center. If I can spell it right, it'll come through well. Let's see, maybe I'll just go daycare, and we'll see what we can get. That looks pretty cool. I don't mind that one. Let's see how that looks. All right, so that's in there. I don't really like this. It doesn't work well with that picture. So you can go up and sort of change how the picture is sort of displayed and how the text is displayed. So you can have it like that with an opaque sort of look. Yeah, it's not really for me. You can go gradient for the left where, okay, that actually doesn't look too bad. Or for the right, I like that really well. Let's see what it looks like from the bottom. I think that looks really good. I actually like that one. So you can see them both, drawing, and it sort of has a little bit of extra edge with the gradient. So I actually quite like that one. It's got the enroll now, and that's all ready to go. So I'm happy with that section. Really, really easily done. I'm happy to go on. So we're going to continue through, go to the next part. And then we come to the About Us section. So once again, I've got something beforehand. So let me have a look. All right. So I can put in this text here. I'm just going to make it a little bit better looking. So just split the text up a little bit. Okay, that looks quite good. It looks pretty plain. I might add a little bit to it, but before I do that, what I will do is you can change this colors and how this panel looks. So right now, this has got a light contrast, which works quite well because the section before has a dark contrast. But what we can do is we can go black, we can go white. The color contrast is the main color that you picked at the very, very beginning. Or you can go a dark one. I did like the light one. It did automatically select that for me, but I think that looks really good. What I might do is I might see if I can put an image in there. So I'll go to the section where I can put an image, and then it'll give me the option down here to add an actual image. So I'm going to look at maybe children. Hey, that doesn't look too bad. And there we go. I might look for a bit of a lighter one. That's probably a bit better. How do I want this displayed? So you can go like that. That's a bit too big for me. Yeah, it looks okay to the right. Not really on top. I think this one probably looked the best. So it has the About Us section, and then it has the photo there to kind of break it up as well. All right. If you want to, we can just leave it just as text, because I think that actually worked well as well. But whatever's up to you, we'll go through fine. Okay, so now we are onto the services section of the website. So it's very similar to the other ones. You have the options up here. It's just a little bit different in this one where you can actually add services. So if you remember earlier, I called this section rooms. So we're going to change this from services to rooms, and we're going to go from there. Now, once again, I have some pre-made text, which I'm going to put in there. So we're going to put that, and then there we go. All right. From here, you can add as many services as you wish. I'm going to add 3 because there's going to be 3 rooms. So I've added those 3. And then once I start entering the data, they'll start showing up. So the first room I'm going to call Cuddle Cubs. And this is going to be my 0 to 2 years room. All right. Like I said before, just got some text I'm going to go under there. And then you can see that has come up there. All right. So my next room, I'll just fill this in quickly. Toddler Haven. And that room is going to be from 2 to 3 years. And there we go. So that's in there now. And my last room, I'm just going to call Pre-K Paradise. And that is 3 years. Oh, sorry, 3. I'll make it all consistent to 6 years. All right. And then we have, there we go. All right. So that's all in there now. It looks okay. I'm not 100% happy with it. So I'm going to do some changing around to see if I can make it look any better. So it has all the information I want. So now I can change how it's displayed. So I can make it into a list, up to down. Yeah, not really what I'm looking for. What I will do is I'll go for some images. All right. And so as you can see, we have the image, and then we have the blurb underneath. I might just do where, as you can see, the image is there, and then you can hover over it, and it'll have the text that we want. So I think that would go pretty well. So now that I've selected that as an image, you can see that this has changed down here, and this has a place to upload images. We're just going to pick some stock images. Not really what I was looking for. Let me have another refresh. Yeah, I actually don't mind that one. It actually goes surprisingly, that it goes very, very well with the actual name of the room. So I'm definitely going to keep that one. All right, so I'll go to the next one. I'll just see if I can search for toddlers. Let's see if we can. Toddlers, maybe toddlers playing. That might come up with something really good. Maybe toddler. Okay, yep, that's pretty cool. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, I quite like that one. That looks pretty good. So I'll select that one. And then last one, I'm just going to look for maybe a preschool. Yeah, there you go. That's a good one. All right, and there we have our photos. So I think that looks quite good. I'm really happy with how that has come out. Yep, and that's turned out really well. So I'm happy. I'll just go and move on to the next section. And this section is our gallery. So gallery, obviously if you have your photos ready to go, it's going to be very easy to do this. But what I'll do is, first of all, I'll just start adding the photos. So I'm going to add 2 galleries. All right. And the first gallery, I'll just call it the cuddle room. And I have a little bit of a blurb for the color room. All right. And I'll add a second gallery, which I'm going to call the toddler room. And we have that. So once that's in there, we can see that's in there. What I am going to do is I have a whole lot of photos already ready to go. So I will add these photos in. As you can see, you can add multiple at once. And then you can choose which one you want to be the main photo. So do I like this one as the main photo? Yeah, that's on. Okay, I'm doing it as a room, so I might use that room there. And there, so there's that room that I've got. And for the next one, I'll just got some more photos to upload. There we go. I actually think, which one do I like? I might use that one. There we go. And so there we have our actual two rooms. What I'm going to do is I might make this a light contrast. So as you can see, it's sort of going dark light, dark light. That looks pretty good. I'm not sure if I like the way it's been aligned. So I'm going to align that to be the center. And there we go. So there's our gallery. And our gallery has all the information there, the little blurb about each room. And once you go onto the website and you click into them, you can see all the information within the gallery. So that's all ready to go. I'm happy with that. Moving on. So the last section is contact us. It's quite simple. It's you can sort of lay it out the way you want to there. So there we've got the map, and then we've got the information to the right. I'll go down a bit further, and we can sort of first select what we want to see. Do we want to see the name? Do we want to see the email address, the contact number? I don't have a contact number, so I'm gonna take it off, and I'm going to allow them to leave a message. Now, if you do leave that message there, if someone does go through and actually submit that will go to the email address that you've provided. So the email address that you've put in as your email address, and it'll send the form to that actual email address. You can show Google Maps, and then these other parts you can put in, like, your address. All these are all things that we put in previously. Obviously, I didn't put in a phone number or business information, so we can take those off. And what we can do is we can now sort of look at the style of it. So do we want the map to the right? Looks pretty good. I think I prefer that. Let's have a look at what stacked looks like. It's not really for this website. No, that's not really what I'm looking for as well. What I will do is, I think that is the one I like the most. So that's all done. Awesome. And what I might do is I'll have a look at the color. So I think, given the fact that the top is quite dark, I might end it off with a dark one. So I'll go to a dark contrast. And there you go. So that's pretty much done. And we've done that in around about 20 minutes. That's including me explaining everything to you. So once we do continue at this point in time, it just asks for a little bit of extra information, like the title of the site. So I'm just going to call it the company name. You can have a little description in there. So if you've got that, you can put that in there. A favicon is in the search bar. You can come up with your logo on your URL. So I'll just upload the logo that I have, which is in there, and then I can just go save and continue. It then comes to a point where it asks you to publish a site. If you've done everything and you've got all the information there, you're really happy with it, you can go and publish that, no problem. You just tick that you understand that it's going to change your DNS, which will then update the domain name to point to the new site that you've created. If you're not ready yet, that's completely fine. We're just going to do that as well. We're going to click on the X on the top right-hand corner, and you come back to, this is what you'll see every time you go in there from now on. After we've gone through the sort of starting, flow to get everything built, this is where you come to, where you can change information about the contact information and the logo, the color scheme. This is where the overall presentation and layout is of the whole website. And then you can go in there and edit each section. And you can even move sections up and down through here. So you can then decide to, I want to move the rooms up above About Us, or the gallery above rooms, whatever you want to do. I can just do that here just so you can sort of see it, and see it just swaps it. but I'm just going to swap it back. And there you go. So you can go edit all these details that we've just gone through and done, and go and edit the text. If we go and edit the About Us page, it's exactly what we saw before. And it's all your text, you can just go through and edit in there. Also in here, you can do a full preview. So if you go to preview website, there we have it. We have a full professional looking website, no coding. You don't need any sort of background in website building, and you can get this done very, very easily and professionally done. It looks very professional and looks like any great website that's actually on the internet, and you can just do it through VIPsites. So, good luck if you're going through this. Good luck on your journey. Hope you make a great website that you love. And as always, our support center is here 24/7. So if you do need our help with anything or anything's not working, just come through and contact us. But we hope you have a great day, and good luck with your new website.